All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here talking about the JD MSW dual degree offered at the University at Buffalo. And I am Tara Ganchow, the Assistant Director of Strategic Admissions and Recruitment at the UB School of Social Work. With me, we have Kate and Melinda. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Kate Samazik. I'm the manager for recruitment and international enrollment at the School of Law in the admissions office.
Hi, I'm Melinda Saran, and I'm the coordinator of the JD MSW program at the law school.
Great. So welcome again. Thank you for joining us. Over the next several slides, we'll explore the course of study options, career outcomes, and particulars of each program. We'll also cover tuition rates, funding, and licensure details. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at any time. So here are some more details about our JD MSW dual degree, in which you can earn your master's degree in both areas. So that's wonderful. You're able to pursue 2 degrees simultaneously. The first year is typically going to be immersed in social work coursework. And the second year would be completing the first year of your law school curriculum. This collaborative program reduces your total time and credits in order to complete each degree, as opposed to doing it separately, just shorter to complete at the same time, and will broaden your understanding of the functions of law and society and integrate different disciplinary perspectives. So you'll see a bunch of advantages for pursuing the dual degree with us here at University at Buffalo. You're going to save time and be able to network in both fields. It is a great cost savings, make you more marketable as an employee in the future, and there is flexibility built into the program. Here you will see 2 different course of study options, either the traditional or advanced standing track. So with us here in the School of Social Work, you can apply to the traditional track with a bachelor's degree in any field. And also you will be earning 60 credits throughout the duration of the program. That includes both your foundation and advanced coursework. And it would be 4 years to complete both the JD curriculum as well as the MSW coursework. If you qualify for advanced standing, you should have a bachelor's degree in social work. It does have to be a BSW degree to qualify for this track. There is a 3.0 GPA requirement for all your social work major classes. And then it is preferred to have a 3.0 overall GPA for your undergraduate study. You will earn 35 credits of social work coursework in this advanced standing track, and it is 3 years instead of the 4 to complete the advanced standing program. So let's talk about the program sequence. You'll see this is the 4-year timeline for the traditional track. It is recommended to start your first year in the School of Social Work to allow you to stay with the same law cohort for the remaining 3 years. And again, it represents your 4 years. You'll see you start with social work, then your law school coursework in year 2. In year 3, you will have the advanced year combined with both the School of Law and social work. So for an advanced standing track, students would start in year 2 instead and also have summer bridge courses. That is the 4-year timeline, but again, if you're doing advanced standing instead, it would be 3. And I'll pass it along to Kate and Melinda to talk about career outcomes.
The JD-MSWs have had a variety of career options. The benefit of having both the JD and the MSW degree is it gives you flexibility to explore careers that just a JD or an MSW might not be able to provide for you. So a lot of our students who graduates end up in traditional law fields as attorneys, but many of them combine that interest with a policy or with a advocacy background. Brad Lolliger, who's pictured here, works at the Center for Elder Law and Justice and actually is the guardian of a pooled trust. And so he uses both his legal skills and social work skills to manage the finances of hundreds of adults who don't have family members. In addition, we have a number of graduates who have become judges, and we do have people who've gone into more of a policy area, including being diversity officers in both private and public areas, working in government jobs, and also people who've become traditional social workers, including forensic social workers working in the criminal justice system. So your JDMSW does give you a lot of flexibility to pursue what you're interested in, but also to make those interesting changes mid-career that many individuals want to do. Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to focus on the School of Social Work here for the next few slides. Why join the UB School of Social Work? Well, there's lots of reasons. Currently, we are celebrating our 90th anniversary. The program is well established in Western New York, and we have strong partnerships for practicum hours. The program is also highly ranked nationally. We're in the top 10% of CSWE accredited social work programs by US News and World Report. So CSWE stands for Council on Social Work Education, and that is our national accrediting body. Your UBMSW degree will be recognized in every state if you do plan to move in the future. Licensure does vary state to state, so if you plan to move, just be sure to check licensure details outside of New York State. Another perk is that our program is affordable. As a SUNY school, we have differential tuition rates for New York State residents and out-of-state or international students. Our rates are competitive with both private schools and a number of state schools. Plus, tuition scholarships and other means of financial support may be available to qualified students. In the School of Social Work, you are not just a number. We do have small class sizes to engage students in discussion and expand your network in the field. Our average class size is about 25 students, and they're capped at 30 students. And there's also lots of opportunities to get involved since we do not have a Bachelor's of Social Work at UB. Therefore, all of our student services and events are customized for our graduate student population. Many opportunities to get involved. There are student organizations, including the UB School of Social Work Graduate Student Association. We have an Association of Black Social Workers, an LGBTQIA plus affinity group, and a macro social work student network. So lots of opportunities to get involved and a network of support. Buffalo is the second largest city in New York State, and there's many opportunities for diverse field placements, or we call them practicum hours now, to enrich your education. And it also has an affordable housing and low cost of living compared to other larger cities in the US. Some of our graduate students can either live in our on-campus apartments or opt to rent a house close by to campus since it is affordable. And finally, you can easily commute between North and South Campus with our campus shuttle that runs regularly between the two campuses, which are only about 10 minutes apart. You will have the ability to customize your classes since there are no set concentrations. Many other programs will ask students to follow a specific concentration, but UB allows you to tailor your classes and match them to your career interest. For example, if you're looking into taking clinical coursework or going, in a certain direction, you can really customize those electives and advanced topic classes to match them to your interests. So I'd encourage everyone to look at those options under the academics tab of our website. Finally, through our MSW program, students gain an in-depth knowledge and practice in theory and research methods, and the trauma-informed and human rights lenses complement this by helping social workers better understand the work they do. Social workers with a trauma-informed lens ask their clients or think about it with the perspective, what happened to you versus what is wrong with you. They use the skills attained in this program to avoid re-traumatizing clients and to inform policy change within organizations and communities. And what is a practicum? In the traditional dual JD MSW program, there will be a 420-hour foundation practicum and also a law clinic that doubles as an advanced practicum. So advanced standing students will only need to fulfill the law clinic. In the School of Social Work, you'll benefit from comprehensive practicum hours in the Buffalo Niagara area. It is a highly diverse, multicultural region with an array of populations, including children and families, military veterans, LGBTQIA+ individuals, immigrants, refugees, and many more. Weekly placements are typically 2 days per week, and that's about a 15-hour per week time commitment. Those 15 hours a week could be 2 days, possibly Thursdays and Fridays from 9 to 5 p.m., or some organizations may allow you to split those days up 3 days a week for 5 hours a week. It really depends on the needs of that agency. And traditional students will be assigned a practicum in the Western New York area among our hundreds of established partnerships. Additional details for practicum hours are on our website under the Academics tab. You can also email sw-field@buffalo.edu with any questions about specific organizations. And let's talk about admission. So to qualify for the traditional MSW track, you should have a bachelor's degree in any subject from an accredited college or university. And there is a minimum of 24 liberal arts credits. So this is all listed on our website, but I'll mention the classes here. If you're not sure, you can certainly always email a copy of your transcript to our office and we will review it and just double check you have these credits. But that would be 6 within social or behavioral sciences. Examples of those classes are psychology, sociology, anthropology, or political science. 6 credits should be in arts or humanities. Examples are history, English, foreign language, philosophy, or ethnic and gender studies. And the remaining 12 could be those that were mentioned already, as well as natural science or math. So again, if you're unsure, just email our office with your transcript. We'll take a look for you. Another required course is human biology. If you have not satisfied that in your undergraduate study, you can always take it during your first semester with us at UB. So again, any questions, let us know. And then to qualify for advanced standing, we talked about that on an earlier slide. You have to have your BSW degree within the last 6 years, as well as a 3.0 with your social work major classes. There will be an electronic application process, so you will see an application form with the link on our website. So just go to socialwork.buffalo.edu to get started. You will need 3 recommendations, which can be from academic or professional sources. It can be a mix of the two or all 3 in one area. You know, if you were recently in your undergraduate study, it makes sense to ask faculty that taught your classes, or perhaps if you were in a BSW program, a field educator, could be an academic advisor. If it's been a number of years since you've graduated and you're not in touch with any faculty, they certainly can be professional sources, including a current or past supervisor, as well as colleagues. We will also need copies of all of your transcripts. So that includes all schools attended. They are allowed to be unofficial with your application. However, if a university is charging you money to send your transcript, you should have it sent as an official transcript, meaning they send it directly from their school, directly to our Office of Admissions at the graduate school. If it is sent from the student, you as the applicant, at that point it's considered unofficial. All right, there will also be a personal statement, and this is truly the most important piece of your application with the School of Social Work, so definitely take the most time here. It will be a personal statement about 3 to 5 pages on average. There are guidelines on our website that have certain questions you should respond to within the essay, but essentially you're going to be talking about a social issue or problem that is important to you and motivates your decision to pursue the MSW degree. Also tell us why UB is a good fit for you. And finally, there will be application fees for each of the schools. So you're going to apply directly to the School of Social Work as well as directly to UB School of Law separately. So for the MSW application, our deadline is April 1st, and that fee would be $100 to apply to our program. Here are a breakdown of the tuition fees and structure. So you will see in the first year, if you're taking all social work classes or a majority, you will be paying MSW tuition and fees. In the second year, you will be taking a majority of law classes. So wherever you take your majority of the coursework, that's the school you will be paying tuition to. So that would be law school for year 2. In year 3, it would be a blend. However, if you're taking a majority in law school, you'll notice in year 3, they list law full-time tuition and fees as well as year 4. So really the only year in this 4-year structure that you're paying MSW tuition would be year 1. And here is our current tuition for the School of Social Work. So it's on the right-hand side. You will see we have different rates for New York State residents versus non-residents, which would include out-of-state or international students. So currently for the 2025-26 year, you are billed per semester about $8,200 per semester. So between fall and spring for the year, you would double that amount, and it does include fees. And on the other side, you will notice some other figures for the law school.
I can pop in and just speak to that quickly if we want to go
Get a
back.
little information about the law school. Go ahead.
Sure. So as you notice, we do have specific law school rates, which are actually quite competitive. Because we are a SUNY school, we are able to offer discounted tuition rates, which definitely helps when you're thinking about return on investment. The difference between resident rate and non-resident rate is only $5,000, so it's not prohibitive if you are thinking about coming from outside of the state. And as you can see, we also have a variety of fees that are applied on a semester basis. But of course, these are subject to change every year, and you can always ask us if you have any questions about specifics, including proving New York State residency or even achieving New York State residency down the line.
Great, thank you for sharing. On the next slide, we have some information on scholarship opportunities. So I'll share first for the School of Social Work. When you apply to our program, you're automatically considered for some of these awards, including you have the Education Access Award at the top for anyone on campus, could include out-of-state or international students as well, and the School of Social Work Dean's Admissions Award. So we view students in a holistic manner for admissions. So all of those pieces with the application will not only help determine admission to the program, but also scholarship opportunities. So if you receive a scholarship, it would be noted in your acceptance package. There is a graduate opportunity program at UB as well. So if you were in an EOP, HEOP program in your undergraduate study, just check yes on our graduate application and you will be considered for that funding moving forward. Their priority deadline is March 1st. So even though you have until April 1st to apply to our program, we encourage you to apply a little bit earlier if you want to be considered for the Graduate Opportunity Program. And there's also a UB Office of Veterans Affairs. So if you are a veteran or a, spouse of a veteran, definitely reach out to their office for additional funding opportunities and assistance with your benefits. All students have access to low interest, unsubsidized federal loans through the FAFSA application. So for full-time applicants, you will have up to $20,500 per year in student loans access. And the application is open right now if you're looking to start for fall 2026. So if you have any questions on that, feel free to let me know. And what's nice too for any Canadian applicants, if you need student loans, you are able to use the OSAP program for that. And Kate, did you want to add anything else?
I'll hop in and talk a little bit about the scholarship opportunities at the School of Law. All offers of admission are paired with any merit-based scholarship awards that a student is offered upon that offer of admission. Our scholarships are typically in the range of $8,500 to $10,000, or roughly 1/3 of tuition, but they are variable and flexible depending on the merits of your application. Over 90% of our admitted students were admitted with a scholarship in the past 3 years. So there's a high likelihood that if you are admitted, you will be admitted with a scholarship. Of course, scholarships are also reviewed holistically in the same way that we review your application. So there are some elements that are quantifiable, such as LSAT or GRE scores and undergraduate GPA, but there are some aspects that are not quantifiable, such as your personal statement, any professional experience that you have from jobs, internships, anything like that is also taken into consideration, as well as your letters of recommendation. We also have one other program that's not listed on here. Some students are flagged at the time of admission for what we call our Kent Scholars Program. This is a research-based opportunity that carries a specific dollar award amount that allows students to participate in faculty research and be paid for their work in that role. Typically, this doesn't begin until after the 1L year, so after your first year, and then it is based on finding a fit with a faculty whose research aligns with your interest. So I'll hop in a little bit further and talk about why law at UB. So as I mentioned earlier, UB Law is the only law school in the SUNY system. So we have the benefit of having the state behind our study and our scholarship here. We also have a long history, as we were founded in 1887. So we're over 137 years. So the other thing that has a lot of impact on what you will study and how you will study is our interdisciplinary studies. So this provides students with a strong theoretical foundation as well as practical tools. So your classes are very important, but also your opportunities to engage with law in practice. So we have experiential learning built into our curriculum. We also have faculty scholarship that factors into what you will study and how you will study. And we pride ourselves on being a community-oriented law school. From the way that you engage personally on campus, but also to the community of Western New York at large. So we can move to the next space. When we're talking about experiential learning opportunities, this comes in the form of both clinical legal education as well as experiential learning through externships. So these are some of the experiential learning opportunities that our combined degree students have participated in the past. We have the Women and Family Violence Clinic, Buffalo City Court Treatment Court, Center for Elder Law and Justice, Journeys on Refugee Services, Legal Aid Bureau of Buffalo, the Attorney for the Child Unit, the Legal Aid Society of Rochester, Monroe County District Attorney Special Victims Unit, Neighborhood Legal Services in the Family and the Housing Units, Partnership for the Public Good, as well as the Volunteer Lawyers Program, which is immigration and housing. So career services is a huge aspect of what we focus on at the law school, because we want to make sure that you're going to have a world-class education, but also the opportunity to get the job that you want post-graduation. Our career outcomes are currently very strong. We are at a 96% placement rate post JD graduation, so we're very proud of that. And we always say 100% of students looking for jobs have found those jobs. So we're very pleased and always working to improve in that area. But the Career Service Office is a dedicated team that help with individual career counseling. They set mock interviews as well as on-campus interviews for summer associate programs. They maintain an online job posting matrix. They set up all of the mentoring programs, both alumni as well as peer advocate mentoring. They do career panels and programs, and they run our career and job fair, which takes place usually in late January or early February, and it welcomes up to 150 area employers to the School of Law campus. So that in and of itself is a rarity that we bring the employers directly to the law students. But career service is a lifetime service. At any point in your career, you can check back in with the Career Service Office and see what kind of updated opportunities there are, and ask for help specifically with updating your resume. Admission to the law school is a very specific program. It is a separate application, and it takes place through the LSAC organization. So LSAC is the advisory council for law schools, and you can aggregate all of your materials for any law school application on the LSAC website. So in order to be eligible for a law degree, you have to first have a bachelor's degree. This can be in any subject from any country around the world, as long as it is the equivalent of a bachelor's degree. And you also need a standardized test in the form of the LSAT or the GRE. We do require that you subscribe to the Credential Assembly Service. This is the way that you basically collate all of your materials through the LSAT website. We also require that all of your official transcripts are sent directly to LSAC. So this could be physical transcripts that are mailed to LSAC, or if your school participates in digital transcript remediation, you can have them sent directly digitally to LSAC. We'll be looking for letters of recommendation. One is required, but you can have up to 4. And we encourage you to prioritize letters of recommendation that have personal interactions with you. Don't prioritize the title or the name of the recommender. Prioritize perhaps a professional or academic reference who has strong insight into who you are as a candidate. Like social work, we're also going to be looking for a personal statement. The personal statement is multifunctional in that it tells us about you as an applicant, but it also shows us that you have advanced writing ability, which is required to be a law student. So make sure that you're paying attention to form, function, as well as the substance of your personal statement. And finally, we're going to be looking for a professional resume. So your professional resume should follow a specific structure. If you have any questions about what a professional resume would or should look like, we do have templates available on our admissions blog, so you can kind of reference what we find to be a successful resume. And our priority application deadline is March 1st of every year. So this year, March 1st, 2026, we would recommend that you have your applications in. It is a high volume application cycle this year and a very competitive cycle at that. So we recommend earlier, just so you have more potential and space in the incoming class to be considered. So if you have any questions, we do both have student ambassadors who are more than happy to speak to their experience in these programs. And of course, I handle direct queries as well. You're more than welcome to send me an email or set up a one-to-one advising appointment virtually, in person, or by phone.
Great, thank you so much. And you'll also see on the right-hand side of the screen the QR code to connect with our current MSW student ambassadors. My contact information is below. Similar to Kate, I also do one-on-one appointments for 20 minutes over the phone or Zoom, so you can schedule that right through our website. So we hope to hear from you soon, and good luck on your applications. Thank you.